Good evening, everybody. Come on, get sharing, please. Let's get some viewers on. Let's have the crack tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mum. Mum's agreeing with me, yeah. As you can see, scrolling along the bottom there, my PayPal link and my bank details. I want some money. And I want some money for my political party that I've started. I want some money for election campaigns. By next year, me and Pat McGinnis, who started the party with me, will have run 4 elections by the election next year. We've run in 4 elections already. We've never run before, and that's what's happening. We both did fairly well in our local elections, and I'm very confident that I have got a very good chance of getting a seat on Oldham Council next year. And with that, hopefully, if seats change in other areas, we'll be breaking the Labour domination of the council. Labour won't have the majority. If by next year, on the full election, that's 3 councillors' awards, that's 60, and 3 members of Parliament, Angela Rayner, Jim McManam and Deborah Abrams.
Is it?
It is, Mum, and I've got a very good chance of getting a seat. But, you know, obviously there's costs. We haven't even got a website. We've only just got emails. There's cost in stuff. And when I hear that people have said in court that they've spent 100 grand partying on booze, it just like, well, you know, it's a bit disheartening. Good evening, Antonella. It's a bit, yes, Mike, it's a bit disheartening, but, you know, that's why I've gone on my own, because I don't trust any of the mainstream parties. I really don't. There might be one that I might have a bit of faith in.
Yeah.
But I don't trust any of them. They're all scammers. They're all taking our money. They're not doing nothing.
No.
They're not focusing. It's all right running as a member of Parliament here and there, but you've got to be sure that you're going to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that I will have a local council seat next year. I am very confident. Yes, Peter. Good evening, sir. Yes, Giles. I'm confident. So like, and I'm on universal credit. Obviously, I look after my mum. There's like sort of like we call it bread and butter, and it's sort of like a pay food bank, but you get loads of food, veg, and stuff like that. I use that regular, which is just near where I am, because I can't always go out for a decent time to do a shopping and stuff like that. So I use that, and you know, I just want to do what's best, what I can do.
Yeah.
I'm confident I'll get a council position. I'm confident I'll be able to push and make change within the council from the bottom to eventually make that council good. And Oldham, as well as that, obviously the 100 grand blown by Tommy Robinson. That will go a long way to help in my cause. And yes, he does do grooming. I understand what he's saying about Islam and this, that, and the other, right? But like 100 grand blown on partying is just unacceptable. You know what I mean? It's just not right. That 100 grand could have gone on to doing stuff. And yeah, he talks about rape gangs. A lot of us do. A lot of us do. I don't know if you've been to any court cases to do with them. I have plenty. I've followed court cases. I'm in contact at the moment with 2 of the victims of Oldham's child sexual exploitation scandal. On Thursday, I'll be reading, as I said last week, live last week, I got the message. Police have contacted her and they want to review something or make a statement. And I'll tell you what's happened off that. And I'll tell you that on Thursday. But yeah, you know, we all do a bit. How come no one's in Oldham then? How come no one's in Oldham helping me? I haven't got any donations to help me in Oldham to fight child sexual exploitation. The other independents, Pride of Oldham and Saddleworth, normal, regular people in Oldham are standing up to this, but I haven't got no money. No one's donated anything to me to help get into the council, to call them out, to start child sexual exploitation. I'm absolutely disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted. I have had money off people, and I've used it as well as I could, right? And stuff like that. People don't always give me money and say, use it for travel. Some people will say, buy a meal or something like that, because it's hungry work, or get a Weatherspoons or whatever. But we want money now. We want a website, we want equipment, we want flyers. If we had 100 grand now, I would be running for Member of Parliament in Oldham. That's what I'm looking at with that 100 grand. I'll just do a quick rec here. I'll just do a quick rec here.
Well, it will. I visited you, sell on the more. Well,
Oldham, Western, Royton. I'm in part of Oldham. No, I'm not. I can't remember. Right, 24,000 votes. So I just need to look at the map.
would you?
So it encompasses Alexandra, Chadderton Central, Chadderton North, Chadderton South, Coldust, Royton South, St Paul's and Werneth. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 wards. 9 wards, and they'll roughly have about 10,000 people in each of them wards. So that's 90,000 people. 90,000 people. 100 grand, I'd be able to have leaflets printed, and the post office in a by-election for a Member of Parliament in a by-election. I'm not sure whether, I think maybe the election next year, even though it's not a by-election, I think that the Royal Mail post all your leaflets for free. And that's what happened in the Batley by-election. I talked to Jada, and she told me that that's what happened there. So I'd easily be able to afford 90,000. And then let me have a look at the areas. Alexandra, a really good area, because that's where I was born. That's more or less where I was born and grew up. I know people in that area. Chadderton Central, I know people there. Chadderton North, I know people there. Chadderton South, my grandniece Shania lives down there. I know people there. Coldust, that's where my family have lived for over 30 years. Right in North and South, I know people. I'd get votes. And even if I didn't win, I would get a substantial amount of votes. I know I would. 100 grand blown partying, and I remember the first demo I went on, one of the first, sorry. I remember going on my first Justice for Chelsea demo. Yeah. Justice for Chelsea demo. Now, the night before, I thought about it, and I'd be going on my own, didn't know no one, going up Newcastle, and I spent £67 on a return ticket, and I only had about 75, 80 quid. So by the time I got up there, I only had a tenner. but I made the effort to go, and I've done that a few times. You know, I'm not asking for anything for it. I'm just asking the length, telling you the lengths I'll go to sort stuff out. So if I had 100 grand tomorrow, I'll be planning on running as a member of parliament in Oldham. That's what I'll be doing, as well as getting Pat set up, because he's on his second, but Pat's on his second local election. He's got a local by-election, and he's on his second one, and he's just been nominated. He's on the nomination form. And I'd set him up with leaflets, get them all delivered and all that lot, and we'd have a campaign there. So then there's a possibility of a member of parliament and at least one local councillor, which is more than I can say for whatever anyone else is doing. I'm sorry to say. People do help me, but people are not doing enough. They're not. You're donating to the wrong people. Britain First, Tommy Robinson, not right. These aren't the right people to go to. All they're doing is foundering your money. The rest of them are. I'm not going to take any prisoners. I'm not going to take any prisoners. I fight the same fight. I don't say I directly help anything, but I've been to a lot of court cases. I've learned a lot. I'm developing as a person and my understanding of stuff, the law. I've learned a lot about the law through the likes of the common law lot, the dragons and things like that. I've learned. I'm learning, and I take it all on board. I might not use it all. I might not agree with everything, but if I was out now 10 years ago, every time I went out, I'd get arrested because I'd be giving the police a really hard time. Now, when I go out, I don't give the police an hard time unless it's needed, but I don't generally give the police an hard time. And, you know, I'll work with the authorities because I believe in that kind of thing. But 10 years ago, I'd have been arrested, me. And I've said this a few times. I wouldn't have been able to control myself and stuff. But, yeah, 100 grand. 100 grand. Moonhead. Someone said I've got to call out Moonhead. But 100 grand. Blown partying, and I'm not even going to say, but I bet a load of that was. It's just unbelievable, and I mean, you know, people will say things, and don't start making excuses for him. This has been said in court. If it had been a total lie and it had not been said in court, Tommy Robinson would have a liable case, liable to bring down the BBC and every other news organisation. But I haven't seen that. And you can actually buy all these minutes from the court anyway. And he tried to get it silenced. You know what I mean? And honestly, waste of time. And obviously, you see how Britain First work. When you go to a demo that's not someone they don't like, they sack you, they get rid of you. And that's what's happened to my mate Brian in Blackpool. Paul Golding effed him off because he went to Telford. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm not going to kick you out unless you go against our party. Or, you know, and we do have rules and standards to keep up. But, you know, I'm willing to accept anybody in my party as long as they agree with us. They don't say extreme things like going around shouting the 14 words all the time and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You can believe in it, but you know we're not on that. But you know, I'm firmly get on with a lot of people, me, and I work with people. But 100 grand. Oh my God, 100 grand. I would be a member of parliament. I would be in parliament. Speaking about child sex exploitation, and it's not like I don't know nothing as well. So within a year now from now, you know, if I was a member of parliament next year, a year later, I would have some banging speeches, guys. I would, for parliament, and I would be in a position to push for parliament to debate all the matters that they don't debate. I'd be in that kind of position. I'd be in that kind of position that they won't be able to whitewash the grooming report like they did and stuff like that. And, you know, well, you'll never get there, they'll say. Well, you know, I won't on universal credit. I won't without money and donations, but 100 grand, I'm halfway there, guys. So you should be donating to me and not to these shit street groups who don't do nothing, honestly. Honestly. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm offending you. I'm offending you. I'm offending you. You know what I mean? Just not having it. I've had a tenner in today off Mark. Sorry, Craig, a guy called Craig. I don't know where he's seen it. Might have seen it on Facebook. Thank you, mate. Thank you. That'll go towards flyers, that. With my campaign on for a year now, we're looking at doing at least 2 more runs of flyers. So we'll need about 10,000 flyers. It's 5,000 a run. And it's more than 300 quid for the 5,000 flyers. They're a nice condition and that. But, you know, we want money. Also, I want equipment as well. Let me just show you something. I'll just show you something. And I need a new speaker. I need a new portable speaker as well. I'm looking at getting something like that. That's what I'm looking at. Something like that. I don't need to put anything on the bottom, and I should be able to easily rig up something to like cover that, or just get a sheet fitted or cut down that'll go over the top of it with clips. That's what I'm thinking. And in there, I could have obviously paperwork, flyers, posters, and stuff like that, and I would be able to. That would be able to stay down all in wood. I'd have a few places where it could be stored and stuff like that. So I wouldn't have to take it up and down to my house with me. And, you know, I could top it up. If I need some extra flyers, I bring some down with me and stuff like that. So I'm looking at getting one of them. Definitely for me. I don't know about Pat, if Pat would want one of them, because there is lots of blocks of flats in his area. But for me, that would be ideal in the Oldham area. And I also want a new speaker. I've got one, but its wheels are broke. It's battered. It's been to Bristol, London, the North East, Leeds, all across Manchester, Bury, Ashton. Where else have I had it? Blackpool. And it's bashed up, and I need a new speaker. I'm looking at, once I get going, I'll be going around with one of the speakers that you can £100,000. I just can't get over it. So I want a new speaker, one of them, which could obviously go in that trolley, my little trolley, and I could pull that around me. Then the speaker will be playing pre-recorded speeches of mine about the council, statistics, you know, highest council tax, all this kind of thing. And then I could still be delivering and knocking on doors and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, so, you know, we need help. We need help, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Big John's not hanging around here. Big John's running as a local councillor and he's confident of getting a seat next year. And that is certainly worth it to donate to. So Stop donating to these shit street parties and your Paul Goldings and your Ashley Simons and your Tommy Robinsons and all his crew. Stop donating to them fuckers, honestly. Sorry. Shouldn't swear. Just a bit angry. Sorry, shouldn't swear. But stop donating to them grifters. Because they don't do enough, or they don't do nothing. You know what I mean? They don't. I've run my first time, and within a year, I've got a very good chance of getting a local council seat, and then building from there. Obviously, there'll be speeches to be made and stuff like that. I'll still do my videos and my regular things that I'm doing, but we'll be focusing on the area down there. There's issues already, antisocial behaviour and environmental health issues we've come across already. And me and Pat have only done 2 days at the weekend, and these issues. So all this has got to come, and I want some money, ladies and gentlemen. I want some money. I don't want any money for a Jaguar or anything like that, because there's a court case coming up, Paul Golding and Andy Edge. And Paul Golding saying Andy Edge wrecked his car when the car's in Andy Edge's name. And I'm going to the court case to hear it myself. So I'll hear what's said, and I'll find out the truth, of what's going on. But I don't want a Jaguar. I still wear holy socks, me. And if it weren't for other people, I wouldn't even have a suit because I can't afford it. It's other people who've ended up getting me a cap, a suit, trousers and stuff like that. And other people are wasting 100 grand sniffing or doing whatever they're doing. I just can't get it. Thank you, Car Park Campus. You all right, Mum?
Yeah.
Mum, you want good toilet? Are you busting for toilet?
Well, some.
Carers will be here soon, Mum. Thank you, Darren. Can't share on Facebook. Let me look at the Facebook post. I've got it on a few different. So that's on mine. Let's check NHPUK. I will, Claus. Well, yeah, I will. I've actually been talking to a couple.
Yeah.
And it's big already, Claus, in Oldham, because they're moving there. This what you're saying there is massive. Is massive. From the market traders, some of the market there's this card stall that's shut down, and it's been there years.
Yeah.
I mean, they did get money off the government, but they still had to pay the rates of the stalls, even though it's not like Oldham's rich enough to say, look, right, you can't work, get some money off government, do your stalls up, but you can't open them yet, but we won't charge you, because Oldham doesn't have any money. That's why they charge extortionate prices. I've talked to local people from all over Oldham for years, and they'll tell you the extortionate prices of renting the shops in the town centre. They'll tell you about that. The market is dwindled down. It's going to be an indoor market now, and it's going to even be less stalls. And unfortunately, when you go to the market, instead of when I remember when I was 15 or up to 20 years old, you go to that market and there was every kind of stall, everything. You could buy anything on that market, from food to electronic equipment. And now 80% of the stalls sell saris and that kind of clothing. That's all it is on the market. There's no, you know, there's no. I worked when I was 15 years old. I worked on a stall that sold pots and plates and stuff like that, and it came from Staffordshire. So it used to come up in a 7.5 ton wagon from Staffordshire. We'd unload it and we'd just sell plates and dinner sets all day long. And this is, so I'm not even left school, and this is a job I'm doing, is I used to stand on the little box. I used to stand on a little box to semi-bit, but by the time I was 16, I was already coming up to 6 foot. So I used to, I didn't have to stand on a box or on the table, and I'd just walk around with my little bag with my money on, shouting for me plates and that. And I'd have a big dinner plate, and I'd be showing them how good it is by banging it on the table and stuff like that. And I learnt all that when I was 15, but it's nothing like that now in Oldham. It isn't. It's nothing. And I'm going to do a count up of how many chicken shops there is in Oldham soon. The last time I did it was, might have been pre-referendum when I went round and counted the shops. And I'm sure I lost count. I'm sure I lost count on about 25 or 30 chicken or curry houses or that kind of shop in Oldham Town Centre. But I'll do a fresh count soon. But yeah, 100 grand, I'll be running for Member of Parliament. With 100 grand, I could guarantee you 5 councillors. You know what I mean? Not just in Oldham, in other areas. So my bank details are on bottom there, my PayPal's there. I'm not going through YouTube, putting my super chat on because they haven't paid me yet, and it does me head in. And I can't stand YouTube, so that's off. But please donate to me. And if you want to donate, and if you want to donate, but you can't use bank or PayPal, you can send me some money. I'll put my address in. '45 Gower Street, Oldham, OL1 3NR. You can send me some money, but I want some donations. I won't be happy until I get some donations. I won't. Should have a few £1,000 before end of year. We should have a website up and running. It should come off donations. 100 grand blown by these grifters. Honestly, I just and I don't think it's just Tommy. I think the people around him make money somehow as well. Just grifting scumbags. That's all they are. I'll tell you right now, honestly. Like I said, National Housing Party UK, we're running in local elections, and I've got sights of grandeur. Me, I'm having that Member of Parliament seat. That's what I'll run up to. That's what I want to go for. Member of Parliament seat, definitely. I'd love that seat. That's my aspirations at the moment. On it, little steps before I get to number 10, but my aspirations is Member of Parliament. Now, I might not do any good. You can think that I won't get there, but at least I'm trying. As a local councillor, I can put pressure on the council and get the other councillors talking about the issues that matter. We can get this child sexual exploitation thing pushed out. I told you they delayed it. The Mayor of Manchester, Andy Burnham, in December said it's coming out 24th of January. Boom, it didn't. And it still hasn't officially come out. I've talked to one Sophie, and Sophie, I've read some stuff out to do with Sophie's case, linking her case to Rochdale and the 3 girls scandal. And we know that some of them work for Oldham Council. It's all going on in Oldham, so why ain't no one up here? supporting me. Why has everyone gone Telford when it's happening? Telford's obviously it's happening now in Telford. Why ain't no one in Oldham? Why ain't no one here in Oldham helping me when it's in the news and it's there? Just as much as other places are, it's happening right now. So I want some donations and I want people to get some money towards the National Housing Party UK. I don't want a big fat Jaguar. I don't want to put 16 stone on because I'm eating well all the time or anything. All I want is stuff for my party so we can get local councillors elected and better and do well for our party. And I am absolutely supremely confident that I have a very good chance of getting a seat on Oldham Council next year. So please donate to John. I'm going to do more donation videos. You'll see it out a lot, and I'm going to push it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bulldog Klaus, everyone in the chat. Lenore. I just want to do my best and do what I can. And I think this is the way I want to go, the voting route. If you don't believe, you know, like people won't vote, they don't believe in it. Fair enough, but you've got to do something to help. You've got to do something to help. I want to try and talk people into voting. That's what I want people to. The big chunk of people who voted for me just haven't voted in ages because there's no one to vote for. That's why they voted for me. And we got that on. We got told that the weekend just gone. Me and Pat of people that there is no one to vote for. They don't trust any of the big political parties, and there's not enough independence. And people won't be honest and truthful. A lot of people contacted me because they liked my leaflet. It was a rough, drawn-up leaflet, but they liked my leaflet. You know what I mean? And they said they don't. Nobody's leaflet says any of them kind of things on. You know what I mean? All the leaflets say on it says they'll promise to do this, but they don't tell you the truth. On my leaflet, I said I'm against mass immigration. I'm against this. I want indoctrination of our kids in school, and people really got the leaflet being just basic like that. So I want some money. I'll need about £500 for leaflets. So please get donating. I'll do regular videos. I'll be pressing on everyone. I'll be doing posts about this. And hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll have enough money to get our website up and running and get some more equipment. And then we'll look forward from them. But all you waste of time grifters, honestly, you shouldn't be joining. You shouldn't be doing. I mean, my personal opinion is it should go down the voting route. That's what I want to say. Because there's only two ways you're going to get your country back. Is if you go to war or you go down the voting route. And I believe in the voting route. Hello. Right, I'll just mute up a minute. I'm back. Well, I'm hoping, car park campers, I'm hoping that, like, when I get my council seat, that might spur people on to help me and stuff like that. Local businesses, I will take note of that, and I will have a look round and stuff like that. Hollins Road's got quite a few businesses on, but I haven't done a proper recce of it yet. I was concerned there was a lot of chicken shops and curry houses on it, but and like barbers, like I'm sure there's like 5 barbers on that road, and that's not good. But I will get into that. I will get into that. We will have got plans for that. But at the moment, I think I've got a couple of issues to go on: environmental health and antisocial behaviour in the Hollingwood area. But you know, I'll just have to get, like I said, it's ongoing. So, but yeah, you know, 100 grand, and everyone's falling out over this. Really, I mean, street movements are no good. All those who went on anti-lockdown demos, again, it was really a waste of time, the COVID and anti-lockdown demos, because it raised a bit of awareness, got everyone together, but that's it. It didn't do nothing. But what people did from there, the Freedom Alliance started up. Now they've got a political party. They run in the Batley by-election. They've got a candidate running in the Wakefield by-election, and they've been fielding candidates at local levels across the country. Really a bit similar to what we're doing, and that's why I like them. So they've used the COVID demonstrations to make up a political party. Now, if them demonstrations, there was 10,000 people in London. Now, that money that they spent going down, of all that 10,000 people, what £10,000 went into the Freedom Party or the next like so-called right-wing march or whatever. If all that money went into my party, you'd be gaining local councillors across the country, and that's what the establishment are afraid of. They're afraid of the local councils getting broken up, like we're doing with Labour in Oldham. Let me show you the map. Let me just show you the map. So as you can see, the losing seats. Now, 2021, the 2 pink areas at the bottom of Failsworth, they've now got 5. They've got the other 3 on top. I can't remember what. I'm sure. I think Labour might have 35 seats out of 60. That's what they might have, 35 seats out of 60 at the moment. So things are certainly changing, and I'm confident. I'm pretty confident that in the bigger areas at the top, the Saddleworth areas, I'm pretty confident that they're going to change, and I'm pretty confident that other independents are going to get council seats in the next election next year. So that will break Labour's domination of our council that they've all held for about 50 years. And obviously, under that, they've covered up child sexual exploitation. They don't integrate. They're not bothered about it. They let religious people rule the time. There was protests against child sex education, and live on telly, one of the activists said there could be riots again. And I'm sorry, but if anyone else other than a Muslim said that, they would have been cancelled, arrested, convicted of a crime or something like that. But no, not in Oldham. And we're nearly there to breaking it down. Now, if I get my seat next year, that's one less. And I'm confident there's 3 seats in Hollingwood. I'm confident that within the next 3-4 years that our party will have 2 of them seats. That's how confident I am. And if you've watched me in the past and you've seen, I know what I'm talking about. I really know what I'm talking about. So I want 100 grand. I want 100 grand before the end of next year. Before voting or by voting in May next year, I want 100 grand. And I'll guarantee you council seats. I'll guarantee you action on calling out and getting accountability for child sexual exploitation in our towns in Oldham, in our towns in the north. There's only a few things that I'll shout out to donate to, and I'll tell you now what they are. Nationalising Party UK, my party, donate to me. Donate to Justice for Our Boys, Tracy Blackwell. Donate to PAG UK in Rochdale, and then donate to the PTSD camp in Bath, because all these things are they're active and they're doing things all the time. Talks about PAG UK all the time. They do street patrols. They have a call-in centre. All the staff that are trained up to talk to victims of child sexual exploitation, people with mental health abilities, and that is all good. PTSD camp, can't say enough about it. I've been there myself, supporting veterans who are down on a luck or out at the wrong time. The last time I was down, there was a veteran there, and he lives in a 1-bedroomed, tiny bedsit or a bedsit, and the only way he can see his kids is because of the camp has got facilities for him and his kids, and he sees his kids now regular because of the PTSD camp. Now, if that isn't helping people, I don't know what is. But anyway, NHPUK TV tonight, and I'm on a fundraiser. I want some money. I want you to donate to me, and I'm worth every penny that you give to me. I'm not going to go buying Land Rovers or expensive shoes or anything like that. Right, like that. I just want to get my party up and running and run in local elections. And from the bottom upwards, I can force change on attitudes to child sexual exploitation, accountability within councils and stuff. I can do all this starting at the bottom of being a local councillor. And again, child sexual exploitation is going on in my area of Hollingwood. Child sex exploitation is going on in lots of areas of Oldham, practically all over Oldham. And I'm in contact with 2 of the survivors of this, and they're being treated like dirt. There's no one in Oldham. You should be helping me. NHPUK TV, thank you. Big John here. I'm signing off. They certainly will, Mark, honestly. You know, and just as a local councillor, they'll find it hard to ignore me. You know what I mean? Because I'll be emailing people, emailing companies. When Sophie's case comes out, then she's going to come to me. She'll go to the papers. We'll be talking. I'll be doing videos. I'll be emailing the councillors again, or the MPs, or the police, or whatever. When we have police question times and mayor question times, I'll be there as a councillor, standing up for my party, the local people of my town of Oldham. I'll be there calling them out. I have done already. You can see that on the mayor's question time. You can see that I will said that the police at the may as well all be sex offenders. That's what I said to Deputy Chief of Manchester and the Oldham Chief. And they won't forget me. These people haven't forgotten me because they've seen me again and you know, and had to come over and talk to me. So you know, 100 grand will go a long way in expanding my voice. It'll go a long way into pushing for accountability with our councils and police for their actions they do. Remember, Great Manchester Police are guilty of not reporting over 100,000 crimes since 2016. So that could be, let me look in the chat, could be Mark Williams when he got burgled and his bike got took. Could be that. That could be one of the crimes that they've ignored. English Bulldog's got a dog. Someone's pinched his dog. His dog's a pedigree. You know, they're not bothered. And Great Manchester Police have not recorded over 100,000 crimes. Honestly, there's just... There will be accountability. There will be proper accountability. There will. But please, come on. Donate to me. Got my PayPal there on bottom of my bank details. We will have our own bank account soon, but it just takes time, as a lot of you know. I think my PayPal thing's wrong in the chat. I'll have to look at that. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's supposed to have 51 at the end. I just yeah, John Lawrence 51. So save that. Right, that might be a bit better for my PayPal. 51 at the end should take you more direct. But yeah, so come on. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going now. I'll be on Thursday with exclusive stuff relating to child sexual exploitation review in Oldham. I'll go through Sophie's stuff and I'll pick something else out of there as well. But I'll repeat what's been already told to me of somebody else, how they've been treated, and it's disgusting, and it's not nothing that we haven't heard before. But we'll go into this on Thursday. But thank you very much. I'm good, Sarah. Thank you. Thanks, love. Thank you. I'm on a fundraiser, Sarah. That's why I want money for my party. I've seen in the news that Tommy Robinson said he spent £100,000 blown on partying and booze or whatever. And there's child sex exploitation going on in my area of Ollingwood and in Oldham, in other areas of Oldham, and there's nobody up here helping me. And I'm the biggest person in Oldham for shouting out against this child sexual exploitation. I know other people have, but I've not stopped going on about it for over 5 years solid. But yeah, so that's what I'm on. But thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. NHPUK TV Monday night fundraise, and I already had a tenner in when I put my link up to the video earlier on. Craig put a tenner on my PayPal, but thank you, Craig. We'll get that sorted out. As soon as we get some money, it's website first, I think we've got to focus on. But you've seen what I want. I want a little trolley. I need a new speaker. And if I had 100 grand, I'd be running for Member of Parliament. But if we had any money now, Pat could do 5,000 leaflets for his by-election coming up. So if we could get a few £100 now, we can get leaflets for Pat. And then there's 5,000 leaflets to go in for his second election in 3 months. May, June. No, second election in a month, Pat's on. But if we had money, we'd get some flyers, but we haven't. So please donate to NHPUK. This is Big John. I'm signing off. Again, you can send to me. I put my address in the chat. You can send money to me if you want. We'll get it all marked down. We have to mark down, because we're a political party, we have to mark down all the donations we get towards the party. So it all goes onto a spreadsheet, and then we have to put them in every quarter or whatever. But, you know, they do go down. We don't put anyone's names down unless it's a high amount. I think that's over £500. We need someone's names or details, but anything under that, we don't have to put any names down. We just say where we got the donation. And on my last round of leaflets, I got about 65 quid through PayPal donations, and that's what I put on my sheet. But yeah, it all gets marked down, and it all goes on our expenses and things like that. And you can go on the electoral site and look at people's expenses and the things that they put in to do with flyers and stuff like that. You can look like that. It's all set up online that you can look at any party's financial records to do with the Electoral Commission. So, you know, I could tell you, but everybody, it's the site's set up like that. Anybody in the UK can use a computer, can go and look up election spending and stuff like that on a political party on the official government website. And these are the figures that we have to hand in. Obviously, we're just doing them by a bit of paper and that at the moment, but eventually we'll have an office type thing working, doing our spreadsheets and stuff like that. Sorry about that. Sorry. Right. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Please donate. Not saying I'm worth 100 grand, but I'm telling you, 100 grand, I'd be Member of Parliament, me. I'd be Member of Parliament of Oldham with 100 grand. I would. I know I would. Or I'd get a big chunk of votes. He only won with... So 44% turnout. So I said there's around 90,000 people. So Jim McManaman got in with 24,000. The turnout was 44,000. So there's 50,000 people not voted. 50,000 people not voted. So yeah, if I run as a Member of Parliament, I've got as much chance as anyone else of getting them votes. And if we go on the fact that a lot of the people who voted for me haven't voted in a while, yeah, they haven't voted in a while, and I know that, I know this. We've done a bit further in investigating, but a lot of the people who voted for me, it's not that they have never voted before, it's not that they're new voted, they haven't voted in a while. So they are the missing percent. And I'm going to do an average of the past elections that we've had in Oldham. And next year, when I run again, I'm going to do an average and tell you the percentage, because what I'm saying is that the percentage of people voting, the turnout is going to increase next year, because I will make it increase. I will make it increase because I've started a campaign and I've got a year to do it. So if you want to help me, I'm down Oldham every Friday. And once a month, I'll be organising a Friday and a Saturday for us to go down, knock on doors, talk to people, you know, handing out flyers, finding out information on the area and stuff like that. You can help me there if you don't donate. But I want this help. Next time I put an event thing up, I better get some help. But thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If you're upset that I'm talking slandering grifters and all that, well, I'm sorry. You'll have to be upset, right? You'll have to. If you're a Tommy Robinson fan, you're upset. Tough. Get over it, right? Donate to me. Donate to me, who's running in local elections, has got a very good chance of getting a local seat, one to start off with. Pat's sights are for me dominating Oldham, but I'll certainly have a council seat, a good chance of getting a council seat next year. So I've got an 11 months now campaign to go. I've got to get flyers together. So get me some money so I can get some flyers. Please, come on. Thank you very much. I'm going definitely. Thank you. And I'll catch up with you all very soon, yeah? Thank you very much. Thank you.